now that we're in basketball season. I know a lot of people out there are glad to hear you on. Give everybody an update on what you're doing right now.
Well, I'm at Chambers Academy. I coach the girls down there, and I do a little bit of everything. I clean commodes. I discipline students. It just whatever comes up that day.
Well, at Chambers Academy, y'all winning a lot of ball games. I do know that. Football, basketball, all up and down the line. It's a great school that continues to grow, and I know you're proud of it. So I wanted to give everybody an update on what you've been doing since you've been off there with us for a little while. But it's a great basketball team and a great program being built by Bruce Pearl. Just your thoughts right now after a few years of being off there on where Bruce Pearl has this thing, Jeff?
Well, first of all, I miss being on there. I really enjoyed that, and I hope that maybe we can do this, weekly, and me come on Thursdays. I know Brett and Randy, you and I have texted off, and Brett's been included in the text off the air, but yeah, it's really amazing what Bruce has done, and we started getting season tickets in '17 when Darby was a Tiger Paw, and I was just reflecting, in the last 6 years, I'm not sure that I've seen a team that enjoys playing together as much as this team does, and that's. The world we're living in right now. You're picking pieces of puzzle and you're plugging them in, and you hope they fit. And I think Coach Pearl's done a great job with this group.
Jeff, it's David. Hey, brother. Hey,
buddy. Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Glad you're going to be on Thursday. That's my day. We can chop it up. Hey, I said that to Randy in the last segment because, I get to go to practice a good bit. And even in practice, these kids have a special bond. They let these coaches coach them hard, and because they know they care about them. And that chemistry, and you're right, the new pieces this year, Baker Mazzara, Denver Jones, Aiden Holloway, there's one more that I'm forgetting.
Chaney Johnson.
Chaney Johnson, that's right. Those kids love one another. They play well together, and that translates to more success and wins. And, Jeff, I know from an X and O standpoint, you and I both agree, I just am enjoying better decisions on the floor, especially late clock decisions offensively that we're making. I think we all know, without calling any names, there were some problems last year chemistry-wise with just personalities. And we just had to ride that out. They were still coached hard and coached well, but I don't think that's an issue this year. And what you said is spot on. That's translating onto the floor.
Yeah, the one of the things is just very glaring and a positive for me is the assist to turnover ratio.
Yeah.
And how much these guys share the ball, and you've hit on that. But just from the point guard or the one guard position, the turnovers that those guys don't have at that position, talking about Trey Donaldson and Aiden Holloway, it's incredible. And you're right, without calling names, the one guy that's still playing, I saw it has about 26 turnovers, and they played 13 games. That's 2 turnovers a game. I mean, that habit hadn't gone away for him, and I think he's a good player. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not throwing him under the bus. I'm just saying he did not value the basketball like the guys that we have right now.
That's exactly right. You're right, man. The turnovers or lack thereof is incredible. Here's the other thing, Jeff, and you know this as a coach with conditioning. The last 10 minutes of every ball game we play this year, we're going to be in better shape than anybody we're on the floor with because we got 11 guys playing double figures minutes. They're sharing the ball. They're spreading the points around. If Aiden's off, Trey's on, and if Janai's off, Dylan's on. It's just going to be, I think, late game stretches. We got a great chance to win a lot of ball games simply because of the number of guys we're playing, the quality minutes they're getting.
don't disagree with that at all. And you know, if you watch the Penn game, the first 5 minutes, 7 minutes of the second half, was very lackluster. And he went to his bench and he brought in those guys that I call the energy givers, and that's KD and Mazzara and Dylan Cardwell and Trey Donaldson, and all of a sudden, you know, it was a single-digit ball game, and the next thing you turn around, it's back up double digits, even 20 points. So there's a lot of different type players, but they are playing together, and it's a really fun team to watch.
Jeff, I always enjoyed watching you coach, and so I know that you're a passionate coach that's got to be very vocal with your players, and they've got to know that. And David and I talked about that in a previous segment, so I wanted to get your thoughts on Bruce Pearl and Stephen Pearl. He's a very vocal guy over there on the sideline as well. I know you're a big Buzz Williams fan. He's like that also. Just your thoughts on today's kids and how you coach them, and how does Bruce Pearl get his point across as well as he does?
Well, I think the biggest thing, Randy, is, and I think Coach Jones would agree with this, is honesty. Mm-hmm. I think Bruce Pearl is as honest about what your value is as a player than any coach, maybe other than Coach Saban. And when those guys understand that he is honest, he loves them, he's going to take care of them, they don't give two rips how he coaches them. And he's very passionate. Now, I've been saying this for a long time. Stephen Pearl is a hidden gem, and we need to keep him hidden as long as we can. And I'm afraid that that's out of the bag somewhat now. But that guy's going to be a fantastic coach. And if you watch all the big games that Auburn wins, Bruce will always, as he does every game, he talks about who had the scout. Stephen Pearl has the majority of those scouts.
That's right.
I definitely saw him real passionate defensively, getting on some of the guys, and I appreciated that. But, Jeff, one last question for you, and we appreciate you being on with us and look forward to you being on. Moving into SEC play, got some tough games to start. I just mentioned Buzz Williams. He's kind of had our number with Texas A&M, but your thoughts for this Auburn basketball team moving into SEC play?
I think, to both of you, I think this is a top four finish team. I'm not ready to step out like I did the Final Four team early on and say this is a Final Four team. However, I think this is a top four SEC team. And I'm not sure this team can't win it, to be quite honest with you. And as you guys well know, it's all going to depend if the ball bounces their way in certain ball games. I know Buzz Williams has had Auburn's number for a little while. But, again, I like this team. I think Kentucky's still the team to beat with Reed Shepherd and those guys. Tennessee's going to be up there, but I really like this Auburn team to finish somewhere in the top four, if not win it outright.
Coach, we appreciate it. Look forward to having you on, and good luck to y'all's basketball season, and we'll hope to have you on next week, okay?
Yep, hope to talk to you next week. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Thank you. That's Jeff. Coach Jeff Hines. And Jeff,
I think he and I have just about the same brain when it comes to basketball.
Yes, y'all do. And, you know, I don't know. I haven't watched you coach.
Yeah.
But I love watching Jeff coach. I could have played for Jeff because, you know, if effort was what you wanted, Jeff was the guy for you because he's going to give you as much effort over there on the sideline as you had to play with.